Ready to go!
Alrighty guys, so I thought I would do a bit of a Devon Larratt-esque kind of video. I'd go for a walk and reflect a little bit about what's going on. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad. I've got the microphone with the wind cover on it, but it's Saturday here in Australia. I'm on a plane on Monday and WAL 504 is just around the corner. My honest thoughts and feelings going into this match. I've known it's coming for a long time, me being at a level that was good enough to compete in the WAL. I didn't expect to actually get the call up this year. I was expecting next year. Achieving things like the bottom 8, getting to beat Dallas. I thought they were all things that were going to point to me being in the WAL next year. I didn't necessarily think it was going to happen so soon, but it has. It's happened, and it came up. It came up as a surprise. I got a call from Neil Pickup whilst I was at the bottom 8, talking about me as a prospect and talking about me as a potential for WAL, and he said that he was going to champion the cause and he was going to push for it, and he mentioned that I could have a potential match and that Alan Guerra was someone that he thought would be a great starting point for me. He didn't say that it was going to happen this year, and before you know it, I got to then meet Jamie, the athletes manager for WAL at Pittsburgh at 501, meet Steve Kaplan, and then I had a great performance at bottom 8. And I think that, I don't know, I feel like largely because of how that bottom 8 played out and kind of the showmanship and the event, the real energy that was in that match, because it certainly meant a lot to me winning that match. I feel like that was a moment that helped secure this WAL thing. But at the end of the day, WAL 504 is here, and it's come earlier than I expected, and it means that I get to have an acceleration of all the plans that I had in my head for progressing in this sport, and it's really cool. So to Neil, thank you, sir, for championing that cause, and thank you, Alan, for the match. Thank you, Jamie, for the opportunity. Thank you, Steve. There's a whole lot of people that really did make a big difference in this, and I'm grateful to every single one of you guys, because I know it's all the cliche stuff, but it's so true. None of it would be happening without those people's support. So as I get ready to leave for LA in a couple of days' time, I feel unstoppable right now. I feel like I am easily in the best shape I've ever been. I'm in the process of getting down to 200 pounds. It's funny, I started no carbohydrates yesterday, and yesterday was miserable. Felt absolutely horrible having no carbs. But day 2 on no carbs, I feel fine today. Weight's looking good. Water's getting it in. I'm getting that hyperhydration in. I'll be at 200 pounds on Wednesday for the weigh-in. And then my goal is when I step onto that stage, ready to go on that Thursday night, I want to be close to 220 pounds. I'm taking my rehydration very seriously. I learn a lot about intracellular water, and I I'm gonna see if I can be close to 220 pounds come that ready to go, even though I'm gonna weigh in at 200. I want to stand next to Alan Guerra on that stage, and I want people to think we're in different weight categories. I know I'm taller than Alan. He's probably got some pretty big arms on him. He's probably wide, he's that typical stocky build, but I want people to look at that match and think, no way. That was way too one-sided. Way too one-sided for those guys to be the same weight. And so that comes back to how I'm feeling as an arm wrestler. Not only do I feel great, not only am I gonna be the biggest, strongest version of me, I actually feel like I'm almost unstoppable right now. I feel like I could take on a bunch of people, and it's no disrespect to Alan, I'm taking him 100% seriously, and anyone on their day can pin anyone. But I feel like the match is mine to lose. I feel like Alan's gonna have to really bring a lot to the table to pin me. I don't think it's gonna be enough to just be strong. I think for Alan to have any chance, he's gonna have to out arm wrestle me. He's gonna have to outwit me. And I just don't think that can be done. Not right now. Not right now. I feel like the evolution of my arm wrestling over the 6 years that I've been pulling, I started so weak in this sport that I had to learn to arm wrestle stronger people. And I feel like my arm wrestling IQ as a result of that really serves me well today, now that some strength's finally arrived. But that arm wrestling IQ, that helps in the long game big time. And now that I've got, like I said, the strength to go with it, thank you Todd Hutchings for putting a rocket under that process, and it's speeding that up big time. But the combination of that arm wrestling IQ that I feel like I have from my early years of being so weak, with that strength, is gonna serve me well. And beating Dallas Langston, beating Dan Mosier in my recent outings, it's just the beginning of the plan, which is of course to go all the way. I want to reclaim, on behalf of Todd Hutchins, I want to reclaim his hammers, which I know there's not going to be time for this year, but my hope is that if all goes to plan for me against Alan Guerra at 504, that come the finals, which we know 505 has just been announced, and hey, big shout out to fellow countryman Danny Tesh against Quinlan Mendez. I know you guys have heard me talk about Danny Tesh a lot. Trust me, that man is a bad dude. I think Quinlan, you're gonna get a surprise, man. But anyway, my plan, as I said, it goes a lot further than 504. My hope is to be involved somewhat in the finals, 506. I'd love to have a match with Justin Bishop. He was a man that started my journey on the international exposure. And to be honest, I got a lot of time for him. I love the dude. But I think I can beat him now. And when I say I think, I'm pretty certain of it. So 506 or the finals, I would love a chance with Justin Bishop. And hopefully, time will tell, that'll all lead to the return of the hammers to Todd Hutchins via me through his coaching next year, 2020. I think there's enough time that I get that one on. But that's kind of my thoughts and reflections, guys. I've done a lap around the park. I'll head back now, but it's almost time to get on that plane and see that American arm wrestling scene once again. I love arm wrestling in the US. I love the audience that comes on the Pound for Pound channel here. You guys have changed my world, literally. This is now my career. I get to do this every day. Create content, train, and travel the world arm wrestling with some really, really amazing people. So, guys, thank you once again. 504, can't wait. You're gonna see the best version of me that there's ever been. And if Alan, if you're good enough to stop that, man, well, I will take my hat off to you, sir, and be the first person to shake your hand. But I'm coming in fearless and unafraid. So it's gonna be a very good version of me. All right, guys, see ya.
Yes, that's a man!